All right, guys, that was local sound more than air. So, for today's topic, what are we going to be talking about? Dying for the why. At my church, our youth department, they're called Ignite. They have this acronym that they live by. And one of the letters is D, and it's die for the why. And I asked them, I'm like, what does that mean? Like, die for the why? It's like, die for why you're doing all of this. Can you give all of yourself to this, to the cause, right? To whatever it is. And so I thought about that and I was like, okay, all right, die for the why. What does that exactly mean? So what is your why? Why are you doing this? Why are you Christian? Why are you following Jesus? Are you ready to die for the why? Like put all of yourself into it? Or do you have like 1 foot in, 1 foot out? Are you willing to die for the why? Go all in into Christianity, being a Christian, whatever that means, right? And we have to go to the Bible for what that specifically means, because we're going to go through stuff and like struggle, right? How many of you guys know that as a Christian, we struggle day in and day out? It seems like if it's not one thing, it's another. We're going to suffer for this walk that we're living, right? Whatever that looks like for you, it's dying to self. It's leaving that old nature and putting on the new. It's saying, no, I'm not going to drink anymore because the Holy Spirit's convicting me. It's saying, no, I can't hang out with those friends. I got to stop cursing. I can't have sex outside of marriage anymore. I have to grow and mature as a Christian, as a Christ follower. And it's this rubbing against this, pushing, this pulling that you have to go through and endure, and it gets rough and it's difficult. We have to die to self, die to our way, our will, our wants, pick up our cross and follow Jesus. That's keeping your mouth shut when you want to talk back, right? It's taking the higher road instead of the lower road, right? Like, how many of you guys know that it's so much easier just to be a loose cannon and just say whatever you want out of your mouth, because you know that your words are like venom and you know exactly what to say to break someone apart, right? But Christ is like, no. Like, you don't have to do that. I don't want you to do that. And so growing, dying to self, picking up your cross, becoming that person that he's called you to be, it is a process of learning how to not be that old you and becoming the new you, right? It's difficult following Jesus. It's difficult. And sometimes there's people who just fall astray and they're like, you know what? This is like way too difficult. I don't want to do this anymore. I miss my old friends. I miss my old life. I feel like God is just sifting up all these insecurities and problems and issues that I have. And I want to just get drunk and just try to deal with it that way because that's what I'm used to. But now I can't. And we don't know how to deal with our feelings. We don't know how to deal with our emotions and all the stuff that caused us to be who we are now, those negative things. God's going to ask for us to confront them, to face them, and to grow and change. And that process in and of itself is so difficult. Are you willing to die for the why? What's the why? Why are you doing this? Why are you following Christ? Some of us follow Christ for personal gain. I'll follow you, God, because I want this. I'll follow you, God, because I heard that you could do all of these things. But it's not about that. I think the church has gotten to a place, a lot of us have gotten to a place to where we just are saying, God, I'm all in only if you do this, only if you come through in this manner or that manner, right? Because we want. And I get it. God can do all those things, but that's not the why. Are you willing to die for the why? What is some of the why, guys? It's eternal salvation. If all God did was to give you salvation and you follow him, right? And you become the person that he's called you to be, and you get to go to heaven, is that enough? Or is it more about stuff, what he can do for you? Come on, I know this is difficult, guys. I struggle with some of this myself, right? Another why, it's because he is God, because he is the Lord of Lords, because there is none before him, after him, because he's Alpha and Omega, because he just is who he is. We're supposed to serve him. Are we willing to die just for that why? Just because he is the God of gods and there's no one else like him? Or is it about stuff again? There's people that are out there that are truly being persecuted, for their faith alone, and sometimes we just sit over here and we aren't willing to be persecuted. We're struggling enough with just going day to day, with the ups and downs of just, God asking us to lay down our thoughts, our will, our ways, and the way we want to do stuff, and it's just kind of like, wait, it's not about what God can do for us, but what he can do through us. I love that about him. Like, I want to be a part of this plan that he has laid out. Dying for the why. I want to be a part of him using me to reach other people so that they also get eternal salvation, so that they come to know God, so that all of us can be in heaven together instead of in hell. I want to be a part of this perfect plan that he has to save us and to redeem us from death, hell, and the grave. Are you willing to die for the why? All right, guys, I have up for you right now, The King is Among Us. Enjoy.